The numbers have to show up. Samuel Winston Newbro.
Okay, thank you. All right, you're charged with assault, causing injury. No order that do not initiate contact with the alleged victim. No alcohol or illegal drugs, and no firearms or other weapons. Bond is set in the amount of 500. I note that you're already being held on a felony matter, and you're going to be seen on this misdemeanor case tomorrow at 1 p.m. on video. You'll be represented by attorney William Parvin.
Okay.
Or excuse.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the court interpreter with no Spanish speakers on this evening's list.
Can the jail confirm no Spanish speakers?
That's correct, Your Honor. No Spanish speakers.
Thank you. Yes, you're excused.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Number recusal.
Judge, the jail just informed me that Paul Aragon, he refused.
Aragon, okay, it's number 107. Oh, 101? No, that is one. All right. Continue him to tomorrow. You can white out all this.
Welcome in, everybody. We got some old faces. Jackie, welcome back. Jackie, Jody, Criminal Network, Mike. Mike's always in the chat. Welcome in, Mike. Terry, Granny B, Phoenix, checking in. Christina. Welcome in, Rats Cats from Canada. Put some
And Judge, I
Canadian-
believe Miss Begay is participating on Teams. So I think the officers. Yeah.
Okay.
We got Greg Geisha, Mindy. But thanks for tuning in today. Rats Cats from Canada. Put some Canadian flags in the chat. Hiders from Florida. Tim, welcome in, Tim. And Lacey's always in there too. Welcome in.
Jail two. Okay.
Oh, is she in the hospital?
Good evening. Are you Mr. Gay? She's muted. He's muted.
Can you hear?
Oh man. They cut out. They'll be back. They cut out. Dang it, what the heck happened? Usually if this happens, they'll re-sign back in any second. So we will go check out who's in the chat. Angie. That woman was in the hospital. She was in court from the hospital. We're just waiting for it to come back. This happens before, so nothing to be alarmed about. Shorty Steve, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, she was in the hospital. That was on their end, so I have no idea. Somebody hit the wrong button. Somebody hit the wrong button and it cut off. Man, I hope they bring it back before I wanted to see what she was going to say. We are in a holding pattern right now. I'll be right back. It's still not back. I don't know what's going on. They just got to hit the button back. I don't know why they're not back yet. Maybe they didn't want to, yeah, maybe they didn't want to show it from the hospital bed. But we've seen hospital bed appearances before. So I have no idea. Excuse me. I have no clue. That was a weird one. Because it seemed like they timed it right when the hospital came on. So we will just keep waiting it out. Usually they'll come back. So this has happened before. Don't be alarmed. And while we're waiting, let's see who we got in the chat. We got I Am Angel, I've been seeing coming in. Welcome back. TLC. Been a while. Welcome back, TLC. Boom. James. No, she was young. She was probably in her 20s to look like Mama Siggy. Welcome in. Melanie. Melanie's always in there. Welcome. And Pat. Lisa. Lisa with the love always. Here we go. We're back, everybody. We're back. That is Judge Cranshaw. He's been around for a while. He doesn't have his lightsaber tonight. He usually has a light. He doesn't have his lightsaber on.
Hello, what's your name?
Brian Angel Bimba Gutierrez.
You've got an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court listing charges of theft, control of property, and burglary in the third degree, $7,500. Bond is on the warrant. That is also what the state is recommending. We'll hear from the defense.
Thank you, Judge. Given that Mr. Birenbaum Gutierrez is being held without bond on two separate felony matters on a probation revocation case, we are asking the court to consider setting a nominal bond for time credit purposes. Thank you.
Anything else from the state?
Nothing additional from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, 7,500. May 14th, 1:30, public defender appointed. And no contact with victim, do not return to the incident location, no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. You're excused, sir.
Okay.
All right, we got the poll up. We have the poll up. Thumbs up. Kathleen, thank you always for the positivity, supporting the stream. We got live action. Live action. TJ, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm about to ban TJ. Every time you come to the chat, TJ, you always have some little snarky thing to say. Every single time. I have no idea why, but there it is again.
Hello, what's your name?
Adrian Cannon.
Mr. Cannon, you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. Charges listed on the warrant of theft, control of property, organized retail theft, another theft, control of property, and 3 shoplifting, previous convictions in last 5 years. 7,500 is the amount on the bond and the recommendation of the state. We'll hear from the defense.
Thank you, Judge. Because Mr. Cannon is already being held on a $5,000 bond since April, able to afford, and given that both these cases are in the same procedural posture because they have been indicted, we would just be requesting another $5,000 concurrent bond to the other indicted case that is pending.
All right, thank you. Anything else the state wants to add?
Your Honor, I would just ask that the bond be separate and not concurrent with any other bond that's already imposed.
Thank you. 7,500, May 14th, 1:30, public defender appointed. No contact with victims and no return to the incident location.
At the beginning of these cases, they will have the misdemeanors and then we will move on, or they will move on to the felonies. We do have the poll up going tonight. See what you guys, 41% are thinking it's going to be a 50K to 99K.
Judge, is there any way the LD could be appointed on this? The other case, I forgot to mention this, I apologize. The other case that he is indicted on is he's represented by the legal defender. But if it's too late, that's fine. I guess they'll do it in the back end.
Can you change that to legal defender? Got his name already. What's that? Cannon. Okay. Yeah, it's being done.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about that.
All right.
Yeah, good luck. I wrote both the case numbers.
I have put the link in the chat for anybody that just wants to watch the show, the court, without anybody talking. There is the link. I just put it in. Look at, there it is. If you want to go watch it, silent, just the court. You do not have to stay here. You can watch it. This is a open source link for the public. There it is. Excuse me.
Hello, what's your name?
Manzo,
One more time. One more time.
Joseph Manzo.
Okay, thank you. All right, looks like you have a probation hold. There's an arrest warrant from Superior Court listing charges of theft, control of property, organized retail theft, and possession of drug paraphernalia. That lists a $5,000 bond. That's what the state is recommending. Defense want to have inputs?
Yes, Judge, we are asking for a nominal bond, given the probation hold. I believe Mr. Manzo is the co-defendant, and for some reason there is a $5,000 bond on his warrant. I would just ask for a nominal bond for time credit purposes. Thank you.
State have anything to add?
Nothing additional to add from the state, Your Honor.
$5,000 bond, May 14th, 1:30. Public defender appointed. Who's the co-defendant?
I thought it was Mr. Cannon, Judge, because he's listed as 002.
Okay, so he's legal. This is public defender. All right.
Yes.
Public defender appointed. No contact with victim. Don't return to the incident location. And no firearms or other weapons, etc.
And Judge, may I be briefly excused to the court handles misdemeanors?
Sure.
Thank you.
Everybody loves Sammy. His name's Sammy the PD. And shout out to everyone coming in. Shout out. See who we have new. Justin, Gracias Taco, and Mama Siggy says she will be in the Discord channel in the Dan Mary's meditation room live commenting and answering questions you may have about court, and also be answering questions about the criminal process. That's amazing. Thank you, Mama Siggy. If you want, go in there. She is a lawyer. Yeah, he is the nicest guy in the world. Wow, look at this. This might be a late night, folks. Here we go.
Hello, what's your name?
Brian Clayton Homer.
Tell me you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County, Justice Court. Charge is listed disorderly conduct, trespassing, you failed to appear back in January. You want to explain to me why you didn't appear in court?
Yes, Your Honor, I attempted to call and file an informal motion for continuance due to hardship. And when I had the inability to do so, and they said I had to have something in writing.
What
I
was the inability?
The inability was I didn't have a telephone in order to get on the website. Also, I would like to contact.
If I release you, are you gonna show up this time? Hang on to your
Once
paperwork so you know what the date is.
my acquiesce as to when the date will be.
The date will be June 2nd at 9 o'clock if I release you.
I think that I can be released on my own recognizance and honor that.
Okay, June 2nd, 9 o'clock, Pima County Justice Court, ROR. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You mean this was it? Oh. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Georgina Garcia.
You have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Justice Court contracting without a license from 2024. And your missed court date is from March 2nd. And you have a probation hold, so you remain in custody anyway. I'm releasing you on this contracting charge. May 21st, 11 o'clock is your court date. If you're still being held on the probation hold, that date should be adjusted. Okay, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great night, okay?
You too. All right, you have a couple of matters. Well, what's your name, first of all?
Janine Lopez.
Okay. You got a couple of matters. You got a warrant on a domestic violence assault charge from June of last year. You failed to appear in December, and you also let's see. You have a new charge in Tucson City Court, shoplifting and criminal trespass. The warrant from Justice Court lists $1,000 bond. Hold for judicial review. Attorney Ruben Salter is appointed to represent you. You're going to be seen on this matter tomorrow at 1 o'clock on video. That's Pima County Justice Court. As to your city court case, trespassing and shoplifting, we're in order that you not return to the location of the alleged incident, and no alcohol or illegal drugs. On your city court charge, I am releasing you. We're going to set what's called a non-transport review. That'll be June 12th. At 9 o'clock. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. June 12th, 9 o'clock, non-transport review. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Isaiah Mark Lopez.
All right, sir, Mr. Lopez, you have a couple warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. One is on a DUI case. Looks like you failed to appear on April 24th of this year. Another one is driving on a suspended license, same date on the warrant. Green Valley Justice Court, driving on a suspended license. And you failed to appear on that one as well. So what's the issue with you getting to court?
Transportation, really?
You have zero transportation.
I have no transportation.
Okay. on the Pima County Justice Court, matters, you
I would
can't
have to,
get right
I
of
would I would have to use an Uber, but I have started working again, so I will be able to do that.
You can't ride a bus for free.
Oh, yeah, no, I can.
Okay.
But I was living out in Green Valley at that time. But now I moved back to Tucson, so I'll be able to get there.
All right. I'm gonna release you on your Green Valley matter. That court date is May 14th at 8:30. Don't drive without a valid license.
Okay.
And your other matters, downtown, Tucson, Pima County Justice Court. Let's do June 2nd at 9 o'clock. You're released on those. Okay, that's it. You're excused.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Angel Ruben Cepeda.
You got an arrest warrant out of Pima County Justice Court on a domestic violence case. Warrant was issued on March 6th. What happened that you didn't make it to court?
March 6th, I think I was in custody.
Oh, yeah, you had a probation hold. Make note of that. $200 bond, will note the probation hold. Christian Salter is appointed to represent you. And you'll be seen tomorrow on video, 1 o'clock. You're excused.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Damien,
I'm sorry,
Damien,
your whole name, sir.
Damien Anthony Johnson.
Johnson. Okay. Mr. Johnson, you've got a misdemeanor case in Tucson City Court, possession of drug paraphernalia. I see you are being held on a Superior Court probation hold as well as an out-of-county hold. I'm releasing you on this misdemeanor case from City Court. June 12th, 9 o'clock is your court date, called a non-transport review. You're going to be represented by the city public defender on that matter. You're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, what's your name?
Airport Juma.
Okay. It's like you have a probation hold. You've got some misdemeanors in Tucson City Court. Today you were charged with shoplifting, trespassing, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And you were arrested back on April 2nd for disorderly conduct, shoplifting, and now you've got a failure to appear in court. I'm noted the probation hold. You're released on these misdemeanor cases. Don't have contact with any alleged victims. Stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Non-transport review is June 12th, 9 o'clock. You're being released on the misdemeanors. You'll be represented by the city public defender. June 12th, 9 a.m., Tucson City Court. You're excused. Good evening. What's your name?
Michael John Townsend.
Mr. Townsend, you have several cases in Tucson City Court. The newest one, you've been charged with possession of drug paraphernalia and a couple other charges I'll omit reading. And then you've got some older cases that you failed to appear on April 13th. You've already been arraigned on those. And you're gonna enter not guilty pleas on the newer charges. You're not to have contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location and do not commit any acts of domestic violence. Bond is set in the amount of $2,500. The city public defender is appointed to represent you. Video review is scheduled for May 15th at 1:45 at Tucson City Court. If you bond out before then, it'll shift to June 12th, 9 o'clock in person. City public defender will be representing you. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Virginia Marcela Molina Grimaldi. Good morning,
Okay.
Your Honor.
All right, hold on.
Or good evening. I have no idea. I just had dinner. So.
Good evening. Just hold on, please.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good day.
You're charged with domestic violence, failure to comply with the court order. In an order that you not have contact of any kind with Richard Grimaldi. Stay away from his home and workplace. Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. These conditions, as well as the original no contact order, are in effect by court order. It has nothing to do with his desires. So if he invites you to come for whatever reason, it's still a violation. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And do you agree not to have contact with him for any reason?
Yes.
Both his orders are in effect. Okay. All right, we're going to release you then with a court date at Pima County Justice Court, June 2nd at 9 a.m. You're excused.
Your Honor, Jill here. Sanchez, Victoria, the next one in line, she refused.
Okay.
Sure.
Hello, what's your name, sir?
Robert Woodbury.
Okay. You've got a felony case as well as several Tucson City Court misdemeanors. Your felony charge is burglary in the 3rd degree. We're gonna order no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and no firearms or other weapons. And the state is recommending that I hold you on a $5,000 bond. Before we ask for input from the attorneys, reviewing his city court matters, he's probably gonna be held on those anyway, so. As to the felony request, We'll hear from the defense.
Yes, Judge. Can I get a brief moment, please,
You may.
Your Honor? Thank you. Judge, Mr. Woodbury wants to talk to the court about his city court matters first. I believe he tells me he took some sort of a plea agreement which wrapped up all his matters. I obviously don't have access to city court files, so once we have an outcome on that, I think I'll be in a better position to advocate on the felony matter.
Right, that was the.
No, he's looking at it. He'll ask the questions. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you were in custody on 2 days ago, and you took a plea on some charges, failure to appear, drug paraphernalia, and you were put on probation with certain orders. This was May the 5th. And you were arrested today, 2 days later, on a drug paraphernalia charge. So my inclination is to hold you on that. And we're going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. Bond on the city matters is set in the amount of 500. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Do not return to the incident location. And video review will be May 14th at 1:45. Out of custody date, if that should occur, would be June 9th at 9 a.m. Oh, it is? Oh, so it is. Okay, all right. Scratch that. Out of custody would be the same date as the video review, May 14th at 1:45, but you would be there in person. Okay.
Thank you for that, Judge. So on the felony matter, I see that Mr. Woodbury is enrolled in the STEPS program. He was released to pretrial services on May the 5th. His next scheduled STEPS review hearing is June the 23rd. The state probably has a lot more information than I do as to that case. Judge, since this case before the court is, I believe it predates the STEPS case, it's a property offense, Judge. So I would just ask for a nominal bond, given that the court held it in the city court charges.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the state wouldn't be opposed to a lower bond, given that you held them on the new misdemeanor matter.
Okay. On the felonies, felony will hold him on another $500 bond. No contact with victims, don't return, no firearms or other weapons, and no alcohol or drugs. Pretrial services supervision if posted. And the next court date is May 18th at 1:30, public defender appointed.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, here's.
Hope everyone's having a good night. We got Judge Cranshaw. It's pretty slow. He's going real slow. Could be a late night. Let me know where you're signing in from. And let me know what you voted for in the poll. See, we got a couple people that think $1 million poll bond might come tonight, maybe $1 million. What did you vote in the poll?
Hello, what's your name?
Angel. Last name Barrios.
Okay. Mr. Barrios, you've got two complaints here. The first one is 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence. And the second one is 1 count of unlawful discharge of firearms on the DUI. The state's recommending a $5,000 bond with pretrial services supervision if posted. And on the firearms matter, $10,000 with pretrial services supervision. We will hear from defense counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Looking at Mr. Barrios' history, I understand he seems to have 2 misdemeanors. The last one being alcohol related, but it's not a DUI, the Oro Valley one, Judge. Given that Mr. Barrios has absolutely no felony history, we are hoping the court will consider release to pretrial services. Sounds like this is part of just one incident with 2 separate complaints. Mr. Barrios was cooperative with police, and Judge, given that pretrial was able to capture his number, has verified that she is able to assume third-party custody. And because Mr. Barrios is employed full-time and has lived in Tucson for over 3 years, we are requesting release to pretrial services, if not a much lower bond, given a lack of felony history, Judge.
We'll hear from the state.
Of concern for the state is, as defense someone alluded to, with the alcohol related convictions, one of which is a DUI. The state would disagree a little bit as far as it being the same incident, in that he drove through the construction zone and then discharged a firearm. That's completely separate than the DUI offense, Your Honor. So that's why the state is recommending the respective bonds that's being requested.
All right, thank you. All right, the DUI matters bond is set in the amount of 2,500. Pretrial services supervision if posted. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No driving without a valid license, and no firearms or other weapons. May 18th, 1:30 is the court date. Public defender appointed. As to the discharging of the firearms, is basically the same conditions. And bond on that one is set in the amount of 5,000. Same court date, same public defender. You're excused.
And Judge, both bonds were cash or secured, I'm
Yes.
assuming. Thank you.
Hello. What's your name?
Mhm.
All right, Mr. Fisher, you've got several matters here. You've got 2 arrest warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. The one lists charges of narcotic drug possession or use and drug paraphernalia and lists a $10,000 bond. The other one, domestic violence stalking, 2 counts of aggravated harassment, domestic violence criminal damage, and then 3 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I understand that there is somebody on this call that wishes to speak. Identify yourself and then you may speak.
Hi, my name is Molly Moreno.
Yes. Go ahead. What would you like to say?
I just want to say it's like a big misunderstanding. Hey, Thomas has been doing really.
Excuse me for a moment. Don't get into the fact of what happened. Just your opinion as to conditions of release.
Okay, TJ's been doing really good. He completed a program. He's in his CMS like program. Like he's been doing really good. So like the charges, like like I don't know.
Okay, he's in a program and he's doing really good. And
Like I said, it's just a big misunderstanding. Like me and TJ have been
think
my
that
son's life.
you wish to have him released, or do you want him held in custody? What do you want in that?
All that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We'll hear from the defense.
Thank you, Judge. All I can see obviously is the warrant, Judge. It shows class 5 and class 6 felonies for the offense for which the victim just provided input. The victim does not object to release from custody. So at this time, given that victim input, we are requesting release. Judge, it's a little unclear to me as to why for a possession or use case, there is a high bond of $10,000 as to the narcotic drug possession case. Given the simple possession nature of that, Judge, I'm asking you to consider releasing Mr. Fisher at this time, especially if he has participated in a program and is doing much better. I think the court should give him an opportunity to handle these charges from out of custody. I think the victim is asking for contact, but we'll defer to the court on that.
Actually, much better. The misdemeanor charge from today is possession of drug paraphernalia. Anyway, we'll hear from the state.
These types of things.
You want to start over again? Your voice is kind of weird.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
Much better, thank you.
So, Your Honor, it's not uncommon for these types of views to be present in the case of the victim. Nonetheless, as the PTS report outlines, she's not only the victim, there are minor victims as well. He's got an NVCA flag. He's maxed out essentially on the scales. The state is asking the court, regardless of input views, to affirm the respective warrants amounts. They are grand jury warrants, which would suggest that he either evaded or his whereabouts were unknown, and that's why warrants had to issue from the Superior Court.
All right. Mr. Fisher also has a rather long felony history, so, let's see. As to the, drug violation, we will, I'm gonna set bond on that matter in the amount of $5,000. Public defender appointed. The court date at Superior Court is May 14th at 1:30. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. No return to incident location. As to the domestic violence matter, oh, I see. Will order no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons. We understand the victim wants contact. Given the charges here and the history, we're gonna hold him on the requested $50,000 bond. May 14th, 1:30, public defender appointed. And then the city court paraphernalia charge. No alcohol or drugs. No return to the incident location. And this is what I'm looking. You released on the city court matter. I'll note the felony holds, though I'm appointing the city public defender. And setting a non-transport review, June 12th, 9:00 a.m. Represented by the city. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what's your name, sir?
Hello, Corey Hall.
Your Hall, you've got a couple of matters here. You've got felony charge and a domestic violence misdemeanor case as well. The felony matter is disorderly conduct with a weapon. We are going to order that you not possess any firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and no contact with the alleged victim. No return to the incident location. The state's recommending pretrial services supervision release.
And Your Honor, the state's not requesting a location restriction, given that this occurred near his home. The state's just requesting no contact with I would say, the associated neighbors.
Okay, stay away from the neighbors.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Next court date is May 27th at 1:30. Release to pretrial services, cooperate with him. No firearms or weapons, no alcohol or drugs. And the public defender is appointed. Okay, the misdemeanor Tucson City Court matter. Domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence assault, and domestic violence unlawful imprisonment. Well, all right, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons, and no acts of domestic violence. Although the victim states that she does want contact, I'm reading this Form 4C. I'll honor her wish, but I am going to hold you on a $2,500 bond. We'll appoint the city public defender to represent you. And we're going to set a video review. will be May 13th at 1:30. If you bond out, it'll still be the same court date, May 13th at 1:30. Tucson City Court, public defender appointed. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Javier Loki.
Mr. Loki, you're charged with aggravated domestic violence and domestic violence aggravated harassment. I'm ordering that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons, do not have contact of any kind with Anita Valencia, and stay away from her home and workplace. State's recommending release to free call services, cooperate with them. And we'll set a court date of May 27th at 1:30. The public defender is appointed. And I believe that does it. You're excused.
Judge, I believe you had something in city court. And Judge, I was actually going to make a probable cause argument, but I understand the court just released him. It just says an assault was committed, Judge, without any facts. So I was going to ask the court not to find probable cause. There's 3 separate ways in which the assault can be committed. Those are distinct offenses under the assault statute. We don't have that, but I just wanted to make that record. I understand the court probably just releases when it doesn't find probable cause, although I think the remedy is dismissal, but special action was denied on that issue by the Court of Appeals. So if the court's inclined to release instead, that's fine.
What we're instructed to do if we don't find the probable cause, do not dismiss it, but release him, which I've done.
Okay, Judge, and I don't know if there's anything.
You can argue all of that at the next court date. Okay?
Sure. Sounds good. And so he has nothing in city court?
No, not to my knowledge.
Thank you, Judge.
Lopez,
I'm sorry, Judge. I just noticed he had city court this morning. The record just says it was May the 7th. And obviously, I couldn't see the next court date because it just happened.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, well, actually, this isn't new. So, I don't. I don't know. They'll figure it out. But anyway, he's free to go. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Julian Lopez.
Lopez. Okay. All right. Your felony charge, sir, is possession or use of a dangerous drug. State is moved to dismiss without prejudice. So for now, at least that charge is gone, dismissed. That leaves us with city court cases. Okay, drug paraphernalia from last year. Another drug paraphernalia and trespassing from last year. Trespassing and drug paraphernalia from last year. Drug paraphernalia and prescription only drug from last year. Drug paraphernalia from last year. And on each of these cases, except the very newest one from today, which is possession of drug paraphernalia, you failed to appear more than once on every single one of these cases. We'll order no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with alleged victims, and do not return to any of the incident locations. Because of your failure to appear history, we're going to hold you on a $500 bond and set a video review of May 15th at 1:45. If you bond out of custody date would be June 4th at 2 o'clock. The city public defender will be representing you. And that does it. You're excused. Hello, what is your name?
Protest,
What's your first name?
Cesar.
Okay, thank you. So you're charged with unlawful flight from pursuing law enforcement vehicle, aggravated driving under the influence while going the wrong way, aggravated driving under the influence, while suspended license for DUI. The state is requesting that I hold you without bond. Here we go. So no bond hearing will be May 12th at 1:30. You'll be represented by the public defender. Preliminary hearing will be May 18th at 1:30. Who will order no alcohol or illegal drugs, do not drive without a valid driver's license. No return to the incident location. Public defender appointed. Okay, you're excused. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Valentin Motijo.
All right, thank you. You're charged with disorderly conduct with a weapon. We will order that you not possess any firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs, do not have contact of any kind with the alleged victim. And do not return to the location of the alleged incident. On that matter, the state is recommending $10,000 bond with pretrial services supervision. And the other case is possession of a dangerous drug. And the state is moving to dismiss that one, so let's take care of that before we proceed further. Okay, the dismissal is without prejudice. Okay, we'll hear from the defense as to the weapons case.
Thank you, Judge. We are really hoping to release to pretrial services for a couple of reasons. Pretrial services was able to talk to Mr. Montijo's mother. She has agreed to assume third-party custody and also provide help with rights to court. Judge, the NCA scale is 2 on 6, and PA scale is 3 on 6, as the court may have already noted. Judge, the last conviction, I'm looking at the record, he doesn't seem to have any failures to appear or probation revocations or violations. Sounds to me like it seems like his probation was terminated early in 2024 and the offense was designated a misdemeanor. So given strong community ties, Judge, and because he has somebody who can assume third-party custody, and because he has no prior felony convictions, we are really hoping for release to pretrial services at this time. Thank you.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the nature of his prior and the nature of the current facts is very concerning, regardless of whether he terminated early from that prior case and it's designated a misdemeanor. From what the state can tell, it appears, based on at least the charges, it's similar in nature. And we're talking about producing a sawed-off shotgun in the presence of what would be a wheelchair-bound victim. That's very concerning conduct in public, and that's why the state is requesting the $10,000 bond.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000. The public defender is appointed. Next court date is May 18th at 1:30. Your excuse, sir. Oops.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, what is your name?
Mount Palace.
Charged with possession of narcotic drug, dangerous drug, and possession of paraphernalia. State is recommending $1,000 with pretrial services as well as step. I'm going to read a statement to you, sir. It'll be followed up by a question. Please answer yes or no to the question. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. This next sentence, I'm going to read verbatim from this form. It is not a promise that you are going to be released. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the STEPS hearing will be May 14th at 9 o'clock. And we will hear from the defense in regard to the bond request.
Judge, we are asking for the court to consider releasing Mr. Palacios to pretrial services supervision. Don't mean to state the obvious, but it's a simple possession case, Judge. I understand why the state is asking for a bond. He's maxed out on the scales, FDA and NCA scales, and also 22. But Judge, we are still asking for release to pretrial so that Mr. Palacios can take advantage of any resources in the community. I can give him information about the transition center so he can hopefully enroll with a provider as soon as possible if the court were to release him. So in light of, and given that his criminal history is relatively old, with the last conviction being from 2018, we're asking for that one chance on pretrial services supervision at this time. Thank you. And Judge, I'm sorry, I forgot. If the court's willing to release him, no objection to waiving time for the preliminary.
Okay, no objection to what now?
No
Oh,
objection to
waiving time.
waiving
Okay,
time.
I got it.
Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the recommendation is primarily based on his failing to appear for, it looks like, the past 4 years for his Tucson City Court matter.
Okay, thank you. Accept bond in the amount of 500. Appoint the public defender. Preliminary hearing is May 18th at 1:30. No alcohol or drugs. To the incident location. Pretrial services supervision.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. You're still in court.
And when was the steps hearing, Judge?
STEPS hearing is May 14th at 9.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. As to the Tucson City Court matter, I'll note that I did hold him on a felony. I'm releasing you on the city court case, which is trespassing and failure to appear. No alcohol or drugs, and do not return to the incident location, no contact with victim. Because I am holding you on the felony, I'm gonna appoint the city public defender and set a non-transport hearing. That will be June 12th, 9:00 a.m. Okay, that does it, sir. You're excused. Yes. Good evening. What's your name?
Santiago Rocha.
Mr. Rocha, you charged with criminal damage, $1,000 to $2,000. Will order no contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. The state is recommending pretrial services supervision release. Will release you the supervision of pretrial services, cooperate with them. Your next court date is May 27th at 1:30. Public defender appointed. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Richard Thomas.
Thomas, you have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Superior Court. Charge is listed or aggravated driving under the influence. While license is revoked for DUI, revoked or suspended. Aggravated driving with an illegal drug while license is suspended, revoked, or for drug or metabolite. This lists a $2,500 bond. This warrant does, and this case is from, the warrant at least is from 2021, and the charge is from 2019, and then you've got a misdemeanor case from 2021, trespassing and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Your Honor, I never got an another DUI. I never got pulled over with dangerous drugs or anything I'm coming from. I know I had the trespassing.
Yeah, you probably want to just confine your remarks to the
Sorry,
attorney.
Your Honor.
Okay. Does the defense wish to speak as to the warrant, the felony warrant? And the
Yes,
bond
please.
requirement?
Yes, please, Judge. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. While we acknowledge, Judge, that Mr. Thomas does seem to have some felony history, on the other side of things, he's not had any police contact since 2021. He reports to me that he was in fact the one who called police for assistance this morning, I guess. And obviously when police arrived, they ran his name and that's how the warrant came to
I
light.
had no idea.
And I understand he has the city court warrant as well, Judge. He seems to have a conviction for DUI from 2004, on which 2022 it says probation completed. So I obviously don't have more information on the other warrant from city court. But Judge, given that Mr. Thomas has not had police contact since 2021, we are asking for one chance on pretrial services release with an arraignment date. Mr. Thomas avows to the court that had he known, he would have taken steps to attend court. I am looking at the criminal history as well, Judge. I do not see any failures to appear. And that's it, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, he's maxed out on the scales. He has a history of probation violations. He's got felony and misdemeanor DUI convictions. And before he was cut off, he alluded to the court that he was aware of his other matter from 2021 that he's been failing to appear on for the past 5 years. So that is why the state is asking to affirm the warrant amount.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, on the Superior Court case, $2,500 bond, public defender appointed. No alcohol or drugs, don't drive without a valid license. No firearms or other weapons. May 14th, 1:30, public defender appointed.
Judge, I know the court just set the bond, but is that any way the court will consider a slightly lower bond? I would propose 1,500.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. As to the misdemeanor, drug paraphernalia and trespassing, and I know he was aware of the city court warrant because he filed at least one motion to quash that warrant and then continued to fail to appear. So I don't know what possible excuse there would be for any of that. However, we will note the felony hold bond on the city court matters set at 500. The city public defender is appointed. Video review is scheduled for May 15th at 1:45. And if it so happens he's released before then, June 8th at 2:30. And you'll be represented by the city public defender on the city cases. Or case rather, it's only one. All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, your name? You're charged with criminal damage over $10,000, 3 counts of endangerment and racing on highways. Varela. State recommending release to pretrial services supervision. I'm actually inclined not to follow that recommendation, but I'll hear from the defense.
Judge, I have some guesses as to why the court is feeling the way it is, but Judge, given Mr. Varela has absolutely no history, I don't see any juvenile criminal history either. He's only 19. I understand the seriousness of these charges, Judge, but we are requesting that chance on pretrial services release, so court can actually see whether he makes it to court, whether he gets to appeal. Right now, it's just absolutely no history. So,
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Judge, but given that these are class 6 felonies, it's very likely that Mr. Varela's license is going to be impacted, that there's collateral consequences. So,
Sure.
And Judge, I was on the fence about this one, but what I usually look into in these types of cases is the driving record. I know not everything shows on public access, but I didn't really see any sort of traffic violations on public access unless the court's able to see more than I'm able to within the Tucson City Court system.
And Judge, I have no way of verifying this information, but Mr. Varela tells me he responded to law enforcement once the investigation opened. He cooperated with them. State probably has more information than I do. And Judge, he seems to be employed full-time in construction. Pretrial was able to verify through his mother that she can assume third-party custody. So I would submit to the court that all factors weigh in favor of release as opposed to no release. And Judge, I believe he's a level 1, he's a level 2 nonviolent category in the pretrial services report. So we're really hoping, Judge, that the court will release Mr. Varela given the information presented this evening. Thank you. And Judge, can I suggest something else? I know the court is able to impose additional conditions on anyone on release. We have no objection to any additional conditions of release that the court may deem appropriate at this time. Thank you.
I understand the reasoning on both sides. However, I am gonna hold you on a $2,500 bond. No contact with victims, stay away from the incident location, do not drive without a valid license, and no alcohol or drugs. Your court date is May 18th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed. And you're excused.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Sure, Jimmy Williams from Harper Miranda.
I'm sure the last name is what now?
Williams Harper Miranda.
Okay. Okay, looks like there are a couple of matters here. There are two Pima County Superior Court warrants. The one lists charges of dangerous drug, 2 counts of that, drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of that, and it lists a $500 bond. And then the other warrant, dangerous drug and paraphernalia, 2 of each of those, also listing $500 bond. And the state's recommendation on each of these is the 2 $500 bonds. We'll hear from the defense.
Thank you, Judge. I want to start out by acknowledging that the court released Ms. Williams before. We understand that she failed to appear despite that. So, Judge, if I'm not going to offend the court by suggesting that pretrial services release is absolutely appropriate, that's what we're requesting to advocate for Ms. Williams. But we will understand if the court's not inclined to do that. I was actually going to ask for a concurrent $500 bond on everything, Judge, but if the court's not willing to do that, given Ms. Williams' ability to pay at this time, she's not able to afford any bond. I would just propose $250 bonds each on the warrant if the court's not inclined to release. Thank you.
Okay. The court is not inclined, 500 on each, May 14th, 1:30 on each, no alcohol or drugs, and no return to the incident location. Public defender appointed on both. May 14th at 1:30. And pretrial services supervision if posted.
No, there's $1,000 bond, ma'am. Judge, is Miss Williams excused?
Yes.
Just read Miss Williams. Good luck.
Hello, what's your name?
Hector Romano.
Felony matter is possession of narcotic drug and possession of paraphernalia. State's move to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay.
So he's interrupting you at the midnight.
Oh, they can.
The second matter is a misdemeanor warrant out of Pima County Justice Court. Charges are criminal damage and domestic violence, disorderly conduct. They list a bond of 500. And these are from November. The warrant was issued November 14th of last year. What happened, sir? Why'd you never appear in court?
I was in prison when this happened, and I was going to court for the same matter, but they separated it because one was and they ended up being, they said there was drugs involved, but they dismissed it. I had no idea that criminal damage continued, and the attorney never told me anything about court, so I didn't know if there was court, and I was in prison. And I was in custody and jail while I was going through court, so I don't know why.
When did you go into prison, sir?
Judge, I can assist. The parole date on the last felony matter is October 6th of 2025 is when he was released on parole. That's the information I have from the pre-trial report.
All right. So now you know you've got misdemeanor warrant. You're going to appear in court if I let you go?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor, I will.
All right. You're released. Your court date at Pima County Justice Court on the misdemeanor is June 22nd at 2:00.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're excused.
The address is right here, okay?
Okay.
And that's the transition center. You can stop by. Yeah, good luck, sir. Okay. Please make it to court.
All right, that does it. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good evening. Bye, Peter.
Bye. Have a good night, Your Honor.
Thank you.